Hello, this is Beta77 here, and I'm bringing you an Infernoid deck profile. This deck today got me 4th place at my locals, so I think it's pretty good. Just a little build I was testing out. So let's get started. Play 1 Infernoid. It's pretty standard. I wouldn't play ever more than 2. I wouldn't ever play more than 1. 2 is too many, but he's definitely needed for the deck. So 1 Deviati. Testing this out at 2. I was using this at 2 for a while, but so I put it at 1, and it's honestly fine at 1. You don't need any more than 1. So 2 Tondel. This is a beast stick, basically. He's used for attack for game. He's used for FTKs at a time. Next I use 3 Slightmoss. This is probably the best of the big guys from Infernoids. He can just banish a card in the field. He's really good against Cosmo, just because you can banish their Dark Destroyers and it doesn't target, so gets around that. Next is 1 Sujet. Use him he's mainly Decatron target, but he's still pretty good. His banish effect isn't that bad either. Just get a banish card from the extra deck. Can hinder a few decks. Next I play 3 Petulea. This was before at 2, but I changed it to 3. I like it at 3 actually. It's pretty good. Next I use 3 Harmatic. This is just a really good card. Just probably the best of the small ones, except for Decatron. Just uses destroying monsters in the field. So use 1 Antra. I might bump this up to 2, but it's honestly fine at 1. I never had any situations where I needed more than 1. Next, 1 Pyramias. Honestly, this is probably one of my favorite Infernos, just because it's really good. Can stop their defenses. Shuffle back any card from the deck to the grave. Shuffle any card from the field that's set to the deck, and it can't activate spell trap cards, so it's really good. Next, pretty standard to use 3 Decatron. Pretty self-explanatory, just to send cards in the deck and get their effects off. Next, use 2 Raiden, and yes, pretty self-explanatory. I actually tried this out today with only 5 targets for reasoning, and it worked pretty well, helping me get FTKs a couple times. And that's it for the monsters. So for spells, it's pretty self-explanatory. 3 reasoning. Obviously, I wouldn't ever use any less than 3 reasoning. It's a great card. Next, 3 Twin Twister. Really helps in the Phantom Knight matchup, but I didn't see that at all today. But it's just pretty self-explanatory card. A lot of these are pretty self-explanatory. 2 Charge. I used to use a Lila that could also search with this, but it's been fine at 2 for just 2 targets. I mean, sometimes I can't actually use it, but most time I'm able to, so that's fine. Next, I used 2 Void Seer. Really helpful card. Won me a couple games. Next kind of special attack I use 2 Archfiend Oath. This card is actually kind of funny. I actually, in the second round of my tournament today, I actually got this card effect off. Got reasoning with it. It's just a really helpful card all around. Next, I used 2 Scapegoat. Yeah, I tried the idea of 2 Scapegoat. I honestly really didn't like it. It didn't help at all today. Next, I use 1 Regeki, 1 Miracle Dig. This card actually won me a game today. 1 for 1, 1 Rekindling, and 1 Break Up Intervention. That's it for my main deck. No, for extra deck. I use 1 Catastor. This is mainly because I didn't have anything else to put in. I'll probably take this out and replace it with a Bishbalk, because I got one of those today. Happy about that. 1 Gaia Knight. This is a need. You definitely want to use this guy. He's just great. 1 Black Rose. I actually don't have any Scrap Arts, which is level 7 I have, but I wouldn't play Inferno deck without this card. This is just too good of a card to use. I did not have Infernoids. Next is 1 Scrap Dragon. I haven't used much recently. Might take it out, but I prefer to keep it in. Crimson Blader. This card is just so great. It's almost impossible. It's almost necessary. It's not a good idea to not have this card. You really want to have this in any deck that can make it. Next one, Scarlight. Again, this is just a really powerful card. can help with FTK sometimes. Next, one Trishula, Dragon Ice Barrier. Didn't make it sell today, but it's useful in certain situations. Okay, now that's it for the Synchros. Now to the Xyz. One Dante, pretty self-explanatory. One Abyss Dweller. Put this in recently, haven't actually been able to use it yet. I haven't needed to. One Castell. 1/6. This card is actually probably my favorite monster in the extra deck currently. I am able to make it a lot more than you think. It's pretty simple to get out, and it's just a really good card. You can help against Monarch a little bit. If you go first against Monarch, you definitely want to make this card first turn. Next, one Geminate Pearl. This card I was at FTK twice today. Next one, red is Slur Metal Dragon. Pretty easy card to make and pretty good too. One I'll say, the Sylvan Hierarch Protector. This kind of same thing as Archfiend's Oath. It's just declare a card name. If it's the right card, you get to add to hand. Always send to graveyard. So that obviously helps if you have 7% Infernoid to graveyard, or you can add a Reasoning to hand, so that's pretty good. And finally, one number 38, Ho Harbinger Dragon Titanic Galaxy. This is pretty good against Pendulum because you can negate spell cards, and they have to attack this monster. That's not the main reason to use it, just to negate spells. Now, the side deck, I use one Arch Lucristia. This card actually kind of screwed me over a little bit. I used it in one of my matches. Luckily, I still won the match, but it made me have a dead draw, and I had to hot deck out of it afterwards. So I got a couple turns back. I finally got a Charge Alert Brigade. I was able to tap for game that turn. I was lucky he didn't have anything he could do. Yeah, this card not very good sometimes. But hell, sometimes. One Vanya's Fiend. I'd play more of this card, but I only have one. One Majesty's Fiend. This card is just, if you can get this card out against Cosmo, it's just game over for them pretty much. Unless they can someone get a Dark Story on the field, which isn't very easy without Call the Haunted or anything. So yeah, if you can get this card out against Cosmo, it's pretty much game over for them. One Eyes Meteor Burst Dragon. I haven't used this card since I put it in my side deck, but same kind of good against Cosmo, some other decks like Burning Abyss, but that's pretty much it. Two Mistaken Arrests. This card is just really good against Monarchs, and other decks searches a lot, mainly Monarchs though. Next, two Spell Shattering Arrow. Haven't used this card yet, but it'll probably come in handy someday. Triple Wavering Eyes. This card just kills pendulums, even though I don't have anything to search for. Stores the scales. Really good. One Gozen Match. One Magic Reflector. One Rivalry of Warlords, and one Solemn Warning. That's my side deck. You don't really side that much in Infernoid, just because it's not really much to side out, but it still works. Okay, now my matchups today. Like I said, this deck got me 4th place today at my locals. First round, I faced Odd Eyes. It was pretty good matchup. Daddy helped a little bit, and not really much else to say about that. Next round, round 2, I faced Chaos, which, again, pretty easy rounds. Got 2 out of down pairing that round. Round 3, kind of a bad person I faced. I was able to FTK him 2 games in a row, so he was using Monarchs, so really happy that I was able to to beat him before he could do much. And round 4, probably the hardest match today that I won, was facing a Dark Hero deck. It was like this deck does not do well against Dark Claw. Like the 3rd game was really tough, but I was managed, like I said, get Charged Brigade and kind of like summon out Tendal, like Castell in the field and put your game. Yeah, and 5th round, I faced my friend. He was using Monarchs. I lost him pretty badly. He went to game 3 at least, but yeah, that's my deck profile. I hope you enjoyed this, and in the future I might do other deck profiles, maybe a Bujin deck, even though probably not many people probably want to see that, just for fun deck, and maybe a Mermail deck, because I'm looking to build those. But that's it. Thanks for watching the video. Please like and comment or subscribe. Thank you.